What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Complete My Collection channel. This is a series dedicated to tracking down and finding the Funko Pop Grails that I've wanted in my collection for a while now, but I'm starting with a $0 budget. If this is your first time watching, guys, definitely start with episode 1. I have a whole playlist dedicated to this series, but if you've seen everything, let me bring you up to speed. So this is technically, part 2 of the last episode, guys. In this video right here, I'm gonna go to 2 more stores, but if you want a recap of what happened last time, guys, I ended up picking up the WASATCH Pop right here from Raz Closet. And in this episode, guys, I end up going to 2 different places, Rogue Toys and also the Nerd Store, to see what Grails I can track down. And after last episode, guys, I have a budget of $174.18, so I definitely have enough funds to buy something, I would imagine. And with that being said, guys, without any further ado, let's get it started. Here we go. Alrighty, folks, so consider this kind of a part 2. Ignore my really dirty window right there, but we're gonna go into Rogue Toys. I haven't been here in years, and I'm not sure if they still have Funko Pops, but if they do, I remember them having a decent amount of like Grails and things, so we'll go ahead and see, and then afterwards we're going to go to the Nerd Store, but let's go into Rogue Toys first. So I'm going to do a voiceover here, guys, because it was pretty darn quiet inside of the store, so I didn't want to disturb anybody, but here is one of their first sections right here, guys, with the Marvel Pops. They had some decent ones in there, mostly like common stuff. They had some DC stuff that was in here as well, with some of the Imperial Palace ones like Robin and Batman. I think those are some of my favorite DC Pops. I think they look really awesome. Going over, guys, they had a little bit of an anime section. They had this Chase, guys, from Black Clover, which is definitely a fun one, a glow-in-the-dark Chase, so I always love those. Those are great. Kind of looking around to see what other things that they have, guys. They had some video game pops with Geralt right here, guys, from The Witcher, which is definitely a good one. I think Geralt, maybe I said that wrong, but anyways, guys, some video games pops, so those are definitely fun to see. And then looking around, guys, they just had some like random ones down here, like that Mr. Robot Elliot, some WWE down there, some NASCAR. I do love the American history pops, and I think Uncle Sam's probably one of the best ones out there, so that is awesome to see. And then Five Nights at Freddy's, I always show these ones off, guys, because some of the older ones are definitely harder to find, so I figured I'd just show that off to you guys, that I found some Five Nights at Freddy's. And then, guys, some of their more valuable stuff, definitely for sure, is this Joel from The Last of Us, one that I have in my collection. I love the show, I love the game, so it's one that I already have, but I figured I'd show that off. Clicker and Licker right there, guys, they were right below Joel. Don't know if they did that one on purpose or not, but looking, guys, they had some more pops up top right here. They have the Blacklight Bandits. This is from one of the take-home boxes, guys, from SDCC. And then Pink Diamond from Steven Universe. Those are getting harder to find as well, so I figured I'd show that off. And Freddy with the Space Needle from Funko HQ when they opened up Funko HQ. So that's a fun one that you don't see very often either, but a lot of what they had, guys, was, more like normal toys and things like that, but that was pretty much it. Okay, well, they didn't have quite the selection of what I remember. They still had a decent Funko section. Nothing that I was looking for, some fun pieces here and there, but let's head on over to the Nerd Store. Okay, made it on to the second stop in the form of the Nerd Store. I'm hoping that they have a Grail that I can purchase today to check off my list. We shall see. Okay, so I'm gonna take a quick look around in their main section that's right here, guys, and see if there's any kind of mid-level stuff that I'm looking for. There is a couple things in their Grail case that I might be eyeing, so we might come back to that, but let's take a look and see what they have over here. So first thing that catches my eye, guys, is we have Charlie Brown. I know I'm looking for the original ones, like the Halloween ones, but I think this might be the only Charlie Brown pop that they have in here, but that is definitely a fun one. And then I think over here, guys, is gonna be your more common stuff, but I did find a couple of other Charlie Brown pops. Speaking of Charlie Brown, we have Sally Brown right there, and then there is also, Linus right here, Linus Van Pelt. So a couple of fun ones, but most of these, I believe, are going to be common stuff. Some WWE, they got some cartoon ones with like Nickelodeon and some Futurama in there. Those are fun. But yeah, I'll take a look around and see what other mid-range stuff I can find. Okay, so starting off on the bottom right here, guys, I'm noticing some fun video game pops, nothing that I am needing. Some Nickelodeon with Rocco and Heifer down there. You got some South Park in there. I love that Big Bird. I think I'm Sesame Street complete though, so I'm not looking for any of those. Got some Space Jam in there. DW from Arthur is really cool. Love me some Jimmy Neutron. I have that one in my collection though as well. I know I am looking for a couple of the Ratatouille pops. This one is one that I'm not currently looking for. I actually have this one in my collection. I'm looking for the original 3, but still pretty awesome, guys. We have an original Merida, guys, from oh my gosh, I almost forgot the name of the movie, Brave, so that is a fun one. But if you guys want to take a look at some of the other Disney, Emperor's New Groove is always cool. What else? We have Alien Remix, a bunch of different anime that's up in here too. Rick and Morty is fun right there. A bunch of different Freddy Funkos, some Slurpee Pops, Yeah, they definitely have some good ones. I love the Doug ones that are up there too with Quail Man and Quail Dog. But let's see what other ones they have. Okay, starting up top right here, guys, I noticed that they have some American history ones. My wife actually has a couple of these in her collection. Does she have, I think she doesn't have Uncle Sam though. So maybe I'll have to double check and see, but that's a fun one. Got some Parks and Rec and Office. They made definitely a bunch of different Parks and Rec and Office pops for sure. Trying to see what else television wise that they have. They have the American Horror Story ones. Those are definitely some harder ones to find. A couple figures from Lost in there. Married with Children. Firefly's cool. A little bit of Walking Dead that's in there. Some Willy Wonka. That Back to the Future Marty. The future outfit Marty's pretty cool. Love some original E.T. guys with the, you know, OG E.T. as I was saying, and also Gertie. You don't see those often. Trying to see what else they got in here. A little bit of Harry Potter. Forrest Gump that's up there. Love that movie. That is definitely a classic one. Some more WWE that's in here. Yeah, they have some great ones. Okay, so from what I can tell, it looks like a lot of these are going to be your pop rock stuff and some mixed in sports. Love that Tony Hawk pop. I have that one in my collection. That is one of my favorite pops for sure. It's not super valuable, but Tony Hawk is a legend. Okay, some more Star Wars pops that's underneath here if you want to take a look at some of those. And then the whole shelf of these guys of Star Wars, and then it goes into DC. There are a ton of DC pops. I'll see if there's any that I think are cool. Obviously, the Dark Knight Joker is always a good one, guys. The Surf's Up, or I guess that's the classic TV series one. That Joker is really fun too. We got an SDCC Man Bat from the animated series. And speaking of animated series, we also have a Bane up there. Another fun Star Wars pop that I like a lot, guys, is the Cad Bane, guys. I think that's from the Clone Wars. That's definitely a really popular one that people like. Up here, guys, I noticed that they have some really cool Marvel ones with like the Scarlet Witch. That's always kind of a harder one to find. The OG Iron Man from the Avengers, and also the OG Batgirl too. Some harder to find pops. Okay, I came across some Daredevil pops as well, guys, and I actually just watched the new trailer for the brand new Daredevil series that's coming out, and I'm very excited. I really enjoyed the Netflix ones, but if you guys want to take a look at some of the Daredevil pops that they have, we have King Daredevil, the Target exclusive one, and the Venomized one. I think they might have one in their Grail case too. But other really cool Marvel stuff that I'm finding, guys, Unmasked Cyclops. I love the original X-Men pops, and also Storm is a great one. But I think that does it for the majority of, like, you know, the more common mid-level stuff along these walls. So I'm going to see what they have in their Grail case. Made it over to the Grail case, and they have some great pieces in here. I'm going to see if I can show off pretty much everything in here that they have. We have a Tigger in there, which is pretty awesome. The Flocked one. Charlie from Supernatural. Oh, there is the other Daredevil pop that I was talking about that I thought they had. The original Matt Murdock. I think that's going to be a great pop to get, guys, before that new series comes out. There is the Animal. I've checked that out a couple times while I've been here. That might be one that I want to get today. I'll have to ask and see if they have any wiggle room. But I don't think that's a bad deal at $80. What are some of the other ones they have in here? Some Star Wars Rebel pops that are really cool. We have an original Spock. We have the Wile E. Coyote. I have that one in my collection. Original Green Arrow. Nacho Libre is awesome. I have the Chase and the Comet in my collection. Some of my favorite pops, and from one of my favorite movies. What else? We got a Zombie Kenny, some different Freddy Funkos. You got a Kobe in there too. That's cool. And then as far as some other ones that I'm seeing in here, Betty Rubble in here, some WWE, an original Mare. We have an Aloy from Horizon Zero Dawn, and a really cool Daniel LaRusso, guys, right there from the Karate Kid. That's a great one. Okay, and then coming over here, guys, I'm noticing some fun ones too. That Flocked Cowardly Lion is really awesome. That is a great one. We have the Ash Chase, Augustus Gloop right there from Willy Wonka, Mr. Peabody. I don't see the Mr. Peabody and Sherman pops very often, but another Freddy. We have Proto as Zombie in here, the Pennywise Freddy Funko, Fred Sanford, the Vulpix, and the OG Sonic, guys. I might need to take a closer look at that one, see if he's got any wiggle room on that one too. That is one that I need to add to my collection. But other things that I'm seeing in here, guys, some Marvel stuff. The Bank Robber Joker is legit. Always will be a Grail in my eyes for sure. What else do we have in here? That Proto is great. I think I already showed that one off, but I'm trying to remember. Some really cool rides with the Batmobile, Baby with Dean, and then some other really cool ones in here, guys, like the Captain America, the Barnes & Noble exclusive, Reverse Flash, Labyrinth, and a couple of cool video game pops that are up here, guys, with the Nuka Girl and also Army of Darkness.
A few moments later.
All right, I did a little bit of negotiating and I bought something, guys. So big shout out to Roger, the owner of the Nerd Store. You're the best, man. So I'm very excited to add this to the collection. Let's go back home and I'll show it off. Okay, made my way back into the office, guys, and I want to show you what I ended up picking up. So this was from the Nerd Store, guys, and you can probably guess what it ended up being, because depending on what I showed off and talked about, I ended up getting a pretty good deal on this pop, better than I expected. So thank you so much to Roger, that's the owner of the Nerd Store. I appreciate it. And I ended up picking up, guys, something that was on my list, a Muppets pop, and it is the 4,000 piece flocked animal. So technically on my list, guys, I actually have the regular animal, but I think they go for around the same price. So if I can pick up an original animal pop, I might as well do it, and I ended up with this guy. You can see on the back right there, guys, some of the original ones. I actually have 4 out of the ones that are listed on there. The only one that I don't have, at least on this box, is Sam the Eagle. But this 1000% is an awesome one, guys. I'm trying to track down all the different Muppets pops a part of this challenge, so this is definitely a great addition for sure. So like I do on this series, guys, let's go ahead and check it off the list, add it on over to the shelf to all the other things that I bought for this series. And just like that, that is gonna do it for this episode of Complete My Collection, guys. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comment section below. There were some pretty good grails over at the Nerd Store. Would you have bought anything? I was thinking about that Sonic, guys, but I didn't want to drain all of my funds just on that. So maybe one day we'll have to go back and get it. But let me know down below what you would have bought. Also, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future episodes in this series like this one here. Thank you guys so much for watching again. You guys are awesome and the best. Like always, remember to be kind to one another. Always promote positivity. I will see you in the next video, the next episode. Catch you guys later.